Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your break. Now we continue our agenda. I'm welcoming now Cedric Burns from the UK Foreign Home Office. Cedric.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Yes. Yes. Okay. So first of all, I just wanted to start off on a personal level rather than being an FCO official. But on a personal level, Sally and I worked at Chatham House together before I joined the FCO about 5 years ago. And what's really great is that we've actually reached this point where there is so much energy and so much focus on Somalia now, and it's reached the top levels of the British government. And that we've reached this point, although there have been lots of reversals and lots of sad events along the way, is really testament to people like you in the diaspora who've helped keep Somalia on the agenda, talk to us, talk to officials and people in think tanks and journalists. And you've done, it's really your work that has brought Somalia up to this agenda. So I wanted to stress that positive message that we appreciate what you've done and we're listening. And also, I wanted to note, now I know that this is not an exclusively Digil Mirifle Rahanwain affair, but from a minority background in the UK, because my mother was Welsh, she spoke Welsh, she felt the oppression of the English. Her father was not allowed to speak. Her father was not allowed to speak Welsh at school. So I feel very sympathetic to regions and peoples that have not always had the voice that they deserve. And again, what's very, very encouraging is to see all you people here making sure that your voice is heard and contributing in a very positive way to the rebuilding of Somalia. So that's a personal message for me. But I guess what you really want to hear is as is on the agenda, the aims and goals of the meeting on the 23rd of February. Well, just looking at your conference, it's entitled Building Sustainable Peace and Development in Somalia. And really, the conference in London is nothing more than that. There is no ulterior motive here. It's really about building sustainable peace and development, and it's doing it in partnership with the Somali people. So this is as much your chance as it is the international community. But there are a few aims and objectives that we want to get out of this. And of course we know that insecurity and violence have been the norm for Somalia, and we realise that this has got to end for the good of the Somali people and also for the benefit of the wider region and indeed the world. We know recently that the famine that we witnessed in Somalia was a tragedy, and 4 million people were affected by drought, and we know that maybe up to 100,000 people perished in that drought, and many, many more became refugees. And I'm proud to say that our government, the UK government, has been one of the most generous donors in providing relief to this effort, providing up to £128 million of donations, and £57 million of this was for Somalia alone, although because it was a regional drought. And again, this year, UK aid will be making a difference and helping to save lives. And we think we'll be supplying a further £55 million in humanitarian aid to Somalia, including food, water, medicine and agricultural support. So Somalia, as well as the political conference, is also on the top of our regular development agenda. And for the next 3 years, the Department for International Development will spend an average of £70 million every year to Somalia. So we know Somalia hits the headlines for all the wrong reasons. It's associated with poverty, famine, piracy and conflict. But we realise that this is symptomatic of fundamental underlying problems, which is basically state failure in Somalia. And really the primary UK objective for the conference is to help you come to a lasting political solution to bring peace and security to the country and also reduce threats to the UK and our international partners. So what we have now is an opportunity to push for progress, and this is about supporting, number one, really about supporting a more inclusive and representative political process when the transitional period ends in 2012. And I know this will be dear to many of your hearts in terms of the way that some people in Somalia have suffered by their unequal access to power and the fact that voices haven't been heard. Part of it also is about supporting AMISOM to help secure the country and protect the Somali people from violence. And the third part is about tackling piracy, which also directly affects us and the wider world. So to realise all these opportunities, we need more effective international leadership and a more coordinated international approach focused on actions. And we know, of course, that these complex issues won't be solved